So, did you add columns to your resume? What about little icons or graphs? What about a picture of you? Well, there's a lot of bad advice floating around the internet about what makes a great resume, and a lot of you, I hate to say this, but a lot of you are wasting your time on the wrong things. So I'm all about saving time over here. Let's talk about how to create your best resume in the least amount of time. So if we haven't met, my name is Cassandra and I help motivated professionals build their careers through practical tips. We are all about practical today to gain career confidence. And so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out. Okay, now that that's done, let me give you a little backstory as to why I'm making this video. I am in a bunch of Facebook groups where people will post their resume and say, hey, I just love some feedback. Can you guys let me know what you think of my resume? And these are accomplished people. These are people who've had multiple internships, been in student organizations, or 4 jobs in at major corporations, like great things. And they post their resume and it will have their picture in the corner, and there will be columns and icons and different colors and fonts, and none of that matters to get the job. So I want y'all to stop wasting your time with these things. Canva makes pretty templates. Canva isn't an HR rep talking about what fits for them to get the job. So while I love Canva for a lot of things, please stop using Canva and Google templates to make your resume. Here's why those things don't work. They do not get read in the ATS, applicant tracking system. You want a simple resume. So you're spending all this time like adding icons, no one's even seeing it. Okay? I'm all about efficiency over here. Let's focus on the things that matter. So really, the way to do this, I need you to start thinking like a recruiter. If you were the person receiving the resume, what is it you care about? Do you care that their resume is light pink and scented? No. And then columns. A lot of people think columns make their resume look nice and stand out. And I used to think this too. Like you would see these columns and go, oh, it looks a little more, it looks for some reason to our eye more professional than just a straight across the row resume. We go, oh, columns. But the problem with columns is it adds an extra set of margins, which means your amount of space to put what you can do on a page gets even smaller, which means often you're not demonstrating enough of what you can do. So think of it this way. No recruiter is going to look at your resume and go, like a plain resume without columns, and go, wow, they really connected to the job. I totally see what they can do, but dang it, they didn't use columns. Gotta throw them in the trash pile. Like, it's not happening. So quit worrying about columns making you more professional. Take them out, okay? Now, a picture, on the other hand, will get you thrown in the trash immediately because a lot of companies have an HR policy that pictures lead to discrimination. So in this case, the recruiter could go, dang it, this person connects perfectly to the job, but they have a picture. I've gotta throw them in the trash. So just stay away from all of that. Now, here's the issue. Everyone has that one person they talk to who said, oh, I really love when people put a picture, or I really love when people have columns or these graphs that tell me how much of a skill set they have in these certain areas, or, oh, the icon, whatever. Everyone's got that one person who said they like this type of format. And here's what I think of that. Those people tend to fall into one of 2 categories. One, they are not a hiring manager and they're not looking a lot of resumes or thinking of it for the hiring process. They're just going, oh, that looks pretty. Or 2, they work in a small business that doesn't have all that red tape. In fact, I was reading an association's website recently. It was a marketing association, the regional group and they were talking as small business owners, like marketing agency owners, about what they like to put people ahead. And one person said, wow, I really love those Canva templates and you get to add your picture and blah, blah, blah. Well, they're not going through all the legal and liability of a major corporation. So they're just going, oh, that looks really nice. They're not thinking through that part. So if you're going to apply for a job at a small company, maybe an independent business, small business in your town, you might zhuzh it up with, I still would stay away from the picture, but with columns and an icon. But if you're going for something that uses an applicant tracking system, that you're going through LinkedIn or just, you're not going to know it, but it's called like Workday or Greenhouse or whatever. Like it's a system on a careers page on their website where you have to fill in all the boxes. Just do a plain PDF resume. Okay. So back to thinking like a recruiter. What does a recruiter care about when looking at your resume? They're not caring about the columns and the colors and all of that. What do they care about? Number one of all, make the connection between you and the job. So use that job description to tailor your resume. Make the connection of what you've done before and how it leads to what you can do for them. So this is why we make full bullet points and not just manage staff, kept office space clean. Why? How? Add those pieces in so that it makes the connection between you and the job. Number two, they don't want the bells and the whistles, but they want what we say is a clean resume. Every recruiter I talk to says, I just want a clean resume. What does that mean? It's easy to read. You don't have a 9-point font because you've put everything you've ever done into that one page. You're using more than bold. So you want to play with formatting. You want to keep one font, but then play with bold, caps, italics, combos of those things to make things stand out, like your subject headers, your company names, and your titles. Make sure your alignment is straight down all the way through. You don't bump in a section or bump out a section. And then please, oh please, for the love of God, no spelling errors, no grammatical mistakes. Use Grammarly. I would love for Grammarly to sponsor me at this point, but you need to be using Grammarly if this is not your strong suit. Make sure you read over your resume again and again so that there are no mistakes. Y'all, I say it all the time. Customer is a noun. Costumer is a noun. You switch those two vowels and spell check is not always going to pick it up. So make sure you're using a program and reading it out loud yourself to catch any errors. Okay, so those are the three places I would start. I would make sure I'm making the connection between myself and the job. I would make sure I have a clean format and layout, and I would make sure that there are no spelling and grammatical mistakes. And if you want to make sure you have a resume that wows, I cover how to create a stellar resume in my course, Creating Your Job Search Press Kit. In it, I go over with you line by line, section by section, word by word, how to create a resume that beats the ATS system, makes a recruiter and hiring manager smile, and saves you time when tailoring. We go through my process that will make it so easy for you to write that resume. Plus, you learn how to create a stellar, awesome LinkedIn all-star profile that will impress people and draw more recruiters to you, and how to write a cover letter that's not a snooze, that actually intrigues them and makes them want to call you for the interview. So you can grab the Creating Your Job Search Press Kit course in the description box below if you want to go further, which I think you should. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.